Welcome, family, to our October 10th evening prayer vigil. We'll begin tonight's program with a beautiful musical offering, followed by Kyungbei and Family Pledge number 4. All right, family, let's welcome and greet our Heavenly Parent and true parents. Chunjian Champomenim Kyungbei. Paro. Now we're reading Family Pledge number 4. Our family, the owner of Chonel Good, pledges to build the universal family encompassing heaven and earth, which is the Heavenly Parent's ideal of creation, and perfect the world of freedom, peace, unity, and happiness by centering on true love. Adieu. Wilson, can I please ask you to offer the opening prayer tonight?
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please join me in prayer. Thank you, Heavenly Parents, true parents, for this vigil night that we're going to be praying and listen to testimonies from Korea. I pray for the safety of True Mother and that the goal she has for next year, the entrance of Cheongung, be fulfilled and our milestone be fulfilled as well. I pray for the successful entry in Cheongung and hope that many people can join this event in April 2025. A great building that is going to fulfill many things for our Providence and establish a landmark for the world about the second advent of the Messiah. I pray that we can witness to young people, especially the effort that has been done by Dasa Diara on DP workshop, and also through the blessing, Pastor Miriam Stevens, we can send many young people to Korea next year. I pray for unification North and South Korea, especially if President Trump is elected, he can resume his negotiation with the Prime Minister of North Korea, the leader of North Korea. And finally, I pray that divine principle can overtake false ideologies, the wokeism and LGBT and feminism, and the world can finally know why we here, our purpose, the journey we have after the physical life, and the relationship between you and us, parents and children. Thank you very much for this opportunity and much for all the blessings you have given us and our families. All this ask in the name of our parents in Jesus Christ's name. My name is Ferreira, blessed our family. Achoo.
Achoo. Thank you, Wilson. God bless you. All right, family, let's welcome our pastor, Milhan Stevens.
Thanks so much. I'm looking a little bit more poofy today because I'm wearing my hoodie underneath this thing. Enjoying when the temperature changes so fast, you feel it.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten used to it yet. Yeah, thank you, Wilson, for your prayer, Kathleen, Reverend Josh, and all of you for joining this evening. I am in the matching mood right now. I just completed a first session with a new candidate. And I also joined the Thursday night parents matching meetup. It was good, encouraging. I'm noticing that in the breakouts, the people are looking a little bit happier. I don't know if it's just the groups I'm in or what, but people seem to be a little more comfortable meeting new people, and that's a very good thing because you have to warm up those channels to find more possible matches. And so I'm very hopeful. I'm very hopeful. With the candidate I was working with today, he was interested in Japanese. I wonder why. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it's funny. A lot of my candidates like Japanese, maybe because Sayaka is Japanese. I don't know. Maybe I'm influencing. But there are so many Japanese in Japan, especially second gen, and this brother's a first gen, a little bit younger. So I searched the first gen, there weren't too many, but I searched second gen re-blessing. This might be an interesting category, right? Re-blessing, second gen, older. And surprisingly, many of them wrote their profiles in English and were interested in traveling. So, which is something he was interested in too. So, he speaks many languages actually and travels quite a bit. And it was very, very interesting. Gosh, just I really believe in international. At least someone who has the heart for an international matching, I think is a really good start. And you might think, oh well, maybe I shouldn't start looking at age, such a big age gap. But this, because he's 49, I was looking at 28 and up. But somehow I just want to find the best. And yeah, there's a big age gap, but I feel like why should that? I want to do my best. even if it means being rejected 100 times. Not that, I mean, maybe 100 is a bit extreme, maybe like 10 times, before we get in a conversation. But I think it's always good to reach out to the best. Because I mean, I know at headquarters, I mean, National is starting a new program where they suggest they make suggestions for matches and then kind of help get the ball rolling. I mean, it's a little bit antithetical to what I'm doing. I like to just, hey, just let's find the best person. Even if we get rejected, who cares? Just it, right? I mean, that's what I feel like a good matching supporter is willing to go out and say, hey, you're on the top of the list. What do you think? Just, and if it's a no, great. We get to move on. But the fact that we would, I just can't assume. I have no idea. And I feel like so many candidates have given up because their supporters aren't willing to reach out to people. Like, oh, let's, of your social status, your economic status, your whatever, your family status, your mental problems, or whatever it is, we tend to like make suggestions, uh, but then they feel like, I don't know, if it's scary then, because it feels like you're not really representing, you're not looking at this the right way. um I don't know, there's just a part of me who I just want the best for each of my candidates. um Man, I just wish there were more matching supporters like that. Just like, let's just do the best we can. I mean, it's worth a try. Just aim for the stars. And while we're reaching for the stars, I see my candidate light up, right? It's that's how it works. It's if I look for the best, that's the whole point of the matching is it's becoming matchable yourself. But if I don't even, if as a supporter, I don't fight for you, then it's like, well, what's the point? And and and, and growing yourself, uh, and being your best self. So I guess I'm saying all of this just to say, even as matching supporters, we can we can do our best too. Um, so yeah, let's in fact, maybe more often on these updates, I can give examples like this. You can get a taste of what it's like to be a supporter. Uh,
Good.
I won't mention names, of course, but I can say a lot more. I can say a lot of things, like different case studies, you could say.
Yeah.
Like they're not even case studies; they're actual. Well, it's literally happening just like an hour ago. So, um, and I wouldn't mind, frankly, I wouldn't mind you all throwing me questions, or what if questions. Like that's why in my Sunday school I used to do that all the time. My seventh and eighth grade boys would throw out all these what if questions and I would answer them. Like one kid, he was always asking, "Would you go to hell if fill in the blank?" Right? It's like, would you go to hell if your parents were thieves and you knew nothing but thievery? You go to hell, and I always let them answer it first, but the answer is yes. You go to hell too. Is it fair? No, it's not fair. But who said life is fair? you know. Now I will say returning resurrection is easier because now you can return as a person who had no choice as opposed to someone who willingly and chose that path. So it's a little bit easier to resurrect. But yeah, you're going to hell. Yeah. Or whatever that hellish world is for you. Anyways, it's funny.
Pastor Milhan, my husband
Yeah,
is seven. My husband is 71 years older than me.
exactly. No, I thought about that. So I've totally broken all conventional conventions already. So
He's 142 years old.
exactly. So when I see a 20 years difference, I feel like, yeah,
That's nothing.
it's all just it's two souls at the end of the day.
But I heard that in the spiritual world, you look at your best. Mean like when you are, if you're at your best when you are 40, then this is the way you're going to look in the spiritual world. This is what I read.
I think that's true to some extent. I mean, I heard that too. A true father said that when you're the most beautiful in your life, that's how you're going to look. But I think it really depends on your life, what kind of life you've led here on the earth. You know, if you're a good person and you give a lot of love and you really connect with your parents and God and your parents, then you become beautiful. I believe. I don't think you just become beautiful because you go to spirit world.
No. I understand when you are restored, when you are at at your best spiritually, restored when you have gone through the work of being changed and all of that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I had the choice, I'd like to change my look.
Mm.
Just like, and I make this joke all the time. I feel like I can be whatever age I want to be. I can be a young little kid with my own kids, or I could be an old man and give some sage advice. And in that case, maybe I'd want a gray beard. You know,
Maybe. I
maybe I want
think
to look like
yeah.
the wizard.
I think about that too. I think about like what kind of a hairstyle I'm gonna have, what colors my hair gonna be. Is I'm gonna change colors, long hair, short hair, you
I
know.
think we could probably change our look just like we change our clothes. And however you want to appear. I heard a story once of someone had a spiritual experience. There was someone who was like, is that Champyong? Someone I respected said this to me. That's why I can share it. But she said that she saw a vision of Ongjinim releasing a spirit inside of someone. And the way he appeared to her was like a knight in shining armor.
Oh,
And it was like a little girl who was lost inside of this, she was, I mean, it was like a little girl spirit inside of someone. And the way he was able to bring her out was like, was to whisk her away like a knight in shining armor. Like that
wow.
was her way. That was her way of identifying trust and to leave the body of this person. So I feel like we're able to change not only the way we look, but the way we appear, our environment we can change. And it's just like, you create your own world. I think that's the point. Spirit world is so subjective. You can change anything, like a dream that you can control. But if you're not connected to God, then you're kind of locked in. Like you're locked into a rerun of your life, and you're unresolved. You can't. You're like in a rat race. You're trapped in this story that you can't get out of. So that's salvation, is when you reach God and you have access to the core. So you can travel every which way and connect to whoever you want. But without God, you're locked into your story and whatever mindset you're in,
It
however you
makes
look at it.
sense.
So
Do you remember that video you showed during my commitment ceremony explaining about spiritual world? There was one scene where a young boy and girl were swimming in the ocean with whales. Do you remember that? It was in that video. They were swimming in the ocean with whales. I thought about that a lot. I thought how nice to go to spirit world and swim in the ocean, but not be attacked by sharks. You know, just and because I love to swim, so I think about swimming. I think I'm going to have my own swimming pool, but never have to use chlorine, only have fresh water all the time. And I think swimming in the ocean with whales and dolphins, and you never have to be afraid about anything dangerous or anything like that.
And then you just turn your head and I'm there swimming next to you, like, hey, this is awesome. Your world's pretty cool.
I think about, what kind of food I want to eat. At one point I was thinking all my favorite food, lobster, shrimp, clams, oysters, that's my favorite food. But then I thought, wait a minute, in spirit world, are we going to be able to kill animals to be able to eat? Like maybe I shouldn't think about eating lobster or shrimp.
And if you want, I mean, again, it really is your imagination becoming more vivid than the physical world. Like that's spirit world. It's just. But and I will tell you this: the kingdom of heaven on earth is when the people ruling the world are the ones with the greatest visions and worlds that everyone wants to be a part.
Mhm.
That's why I'm preparing my kids with Minecraft, Legos, because they feel infinitely they can build and create worlds of their own that people want to be a part of.
That's nice.
Because in spirit world, I mean, a higher level of spirits can actually enter the minds of other spirits. Like you can peer into someone's head and you will enter their world. You will see, especially sadly for those who are in hell or in some kind of rerun, you can see their story repeat over and over again. And you can see they're trapped in this pain or whatever's keeping them from feeling God. So this is also why I really want to help everyone be motivated by love, be motivated by your co-creative nature. Like that should be our motivation. Because those are the muscles you're going to need in spirit world. And of course, then that's the first blessing. Well, I think that's the third blessing too. But it's in those relationships, 4 realms apart. And like I said already, like Reverend Chung, he always gives that same testimony of that second gen brother who died, and he regretted not having a good relationship with his wife and children, and that was inhibiting him from traveling or whatever he wanted to do. And so this stuff will have to be resolved in spirit world, and it's going to be a lot harder there. So better to do that stuff here. Dr. Young, I remember he gave us a lot of pressure on this. It was like, you just don't die, cannot die. Die until you have grandchildren, this sort of thing. And he says that out of love because of sometimes it takes a bit of a push to wake up. Do what you can. Do the best you can. That's all we can ask for. Yeah. So
Pastor Milhan, how are you getting all these matching candidates? Are people hearing about you and then contacting you and asking you if you would be their matching supporter?
Basically.
Wow.
But I'll say it's not hard to find. There's many, many single people. And they are gasping for air. There's very few people who know how to help them. So this is, I feel like I'm Paul Revere. Just, hey guys, we're in trouble. People are getting older. People are getting older.
Yeah.
Our hopes are getting smaller and smaller.
The clock is ticking for sisters.
Yeah. So, in the same way, it's like I might be looking at the 28-year-olds, even though my kid is 49, but at the same time, well, those 28-year-olds, their clocks are ticking too, right?
To have children.
Yeah. So at least even getting someone knocking on their door, isn't that hopeful? Even if, yeah, okay, maybe if they're too old and maybe they say no, but if it was a sincere ask, it can also encourage them a little bit, uh, to keep trying.
True
I think
Father
it's
matched
both.
people with big age differences. I remember. Yeah.
I haven't
Every
heard
once in
that.
a while, I would meet someone that had the big age difference. Father did it.
Oh, I hadn't heard that before.
Yeah.
How big of age?
Like maybe
Yeah.
10 years. Or even
10 years.
Ayako-san. Ayako-san's a big age difference between her husband. I think about 9-10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
I've heard of others too. I've met others. When I was living in the New Yorker, I met others that they had a big age gap, like 10 or more years.
Okay. Sounds good. Good to know. Encouraging. All right. Well, thanks for listening to all that. We're going to have a video from a lady finding new life after 10 years with Parkinson's. So maybe, and Kathleen, if you don't mind reading this one.
Okay. Hello, I have Parkinson's disease, so my voice is a bit quiet. I would appreciate your understanding. I belong to Jinan Church, and I'm from the 360,000 couples with a pretty daughter and a handsome son. I'm an ordinary mother, and my name is. Sorry. I wonder what would have happened if I hadn't come to Cheongpyeong. The thought makes me dizzy and overwhelmed. Because although I was pushed by the church pastor and wife to come here against my will, there were testimonies that Parkinson's patients could be healed if they received 40 days of training at Cheongpyeong. So I came half willingly, half unwillingly, as I was worried about the training fee after deciding to do the workshop. My daughter gave me the money she had saved. My daughter's greatest wish was to go on a family trip. But since we couldn't go on the trip, she had worked hard for 2 or 3 months to save money. When I said I wanted to go to the Cheongpyeong workshop, she cut her savings in half and gave it to me. That's how I was able to come here. Yoon Kyung, thank you. Knowing how much you wanted to go on that trip, I couldn't say these words then because I felt so sorry and shameless. I'm sorry, thank you, and I love you, and I'm grateful that you're my daughter. From a financial and health perspective, I was in the worst possible state to attend a 40-day workshop. But today, standing in front of you all to give this testimony feels like a dream to me. I think all this is thanks to true parents who accepted and waited for me with great love. As a member of the university principal research group during the God's Day event on January 1st, I was able to see true parents up close. And in front of true parents at the Cheongpyeong Training Center's Grand Hall, I had the honor of singing a modified version of Gyeongsangdo Youth Song not long after I joined the church when true parents visited the former South Jeolla district. I was asked to present a flower bouquet to True Father. At that time, True Father held my hand, and the church leader told me not to watch. I didn't understand the joyful meaning behind it then. I just thought I was very lucky. If I hadn't come to this 40-day workshop, I shudder to think that I might never have realized this. The most difficult thing for me during this workshop was not the physical limitations of being a 10-year Parkinson's patient, but accepting and acknowledging that I, who was used to being served, was actually nothing, and accepting this reality. Comforting my unworthy self that appeared from time to time, but accepting and acknowledging that I, who was used to be going on.
I'm sorry. It's going way too fast this time.
Yeah, but it's repeating. But accepting. This sentence has been repeated 3 times now. But
No, I brought back. I couldn't.
Okay. But accepting and acknowledging that I, who was used to being served and recognized, was actually nothing. And accepting this reality, comforting my unworthy self that appeared from time to time, was not easy either. It took a long time to regain my composure due to the endless tears that kept welling up, my excessive desire to resolve everything at once caused worry and concern for those around me. I'm sorry and grateful to team leader Kim Hyung-jun and the staff at the Korean office who put the brakes on me. Spending each day like a battle, I found myself becoming more stable one by one. I looked forward to the prayer time at Cheonsimwan. During that time, I was not a Parkinson's patient, but a vibrant person giving all my strength to offer gratitude and glory to true parents. During Hundake, as I understood true parents more, I cried a lot, and gradually I was able to narrow the distance I felt between myself and true parents. Like a child, learning one by one, I was completely absorbed in the joy of practicing, and I was truly happy. As I gained peace of mind, I could laugh off most things. This too was a miracle for me. I learned that the joy of seeing others happy is greater than my own happiness. I realized this at that time. True parents who allowed me to taste this joy, Director Lee Ki-sung, who teaches absolute obedience through his actions, and everyone here, I sincerely thank you all. Sometimes there were things that seemed cruel or hard to understand, but I learned through experience, not theory, that all of this was my fault. This 40-day workshop is a new birth and blessing for me. True parents, thank you. Only begotten daughter, true mother, thank you for waiting, eliminating my inadequate and foolish past self. This year, 2024, marks the 64th anniversary of True Parents' Holy Wedding. I will strive to repay the love of Heavenly Parent that I have only been receiving until now. The bottomless jar given to me in a dream during the 360,000 couples blessing, I will fill it and return it to Mother as a jar full of blessings. Before, it was an empty jar, but these days I can see some grains and water flowing like a spring. I think this is just the beginning. Thank you. I'm grateful. I love you. When I leave this training center and return to Jinan, I'm afraid the thoughts and feelings I had here will fade, and I might become lazy. Whenever that happens, I'll think of Director Lee Ki-sung's shoulders and remember the desperate heart I had while looking around and competing for seats during Cheonsimwan prayer meetings. I'll remember the desperation of that day when my body wouldn't listen. Looking down at me as I collapsed and fell asleep from exhaustion, True Parents asked if I was okay. I'll recall that moment when I received their love with my whole body. And I'll work hard on my health management so they won't worry. I won't neglect my studies either. I was a mother who couldn't show the image of a harmonious family, but I won't make excuses or rush. I'll have a little more patience and wait. And I'm going to try to improve my relationship with their father. It's scary and frightening, but I'll try. If I do that, I think my son's heart towards his father will also soften. My beloved daughter at Sun Moon University, my beloved son at Seoul National University. I was a happy parent who sent 2 children to university. I really forgot that I lived like this. I always thought I was lacking, but I always had a lot. All of this is thanks to Heavenly Parent, only begotten daughter, true mother, and Director Lee Gi-sung. I received love without cost, more than I deserve. Now it's time, it seems it's time for me to give back. As True Mother said, a day feels like 1,000 years. As I try to inherit True Mother's heartfelt emotion, I will prepare a joyful celebration where True Mother smiles more often. I think this is our responsibility as children today. We can do it. If we unite as one heart and pray earnestly at Chuncheon, as I said, there's nothing we cannot achieve. We can do it. We must do it. In 2024, as we work to advance Providential for 2025, we will be reborn as True Mother's true children. Thank you for listening until the end. I was happy to be with you all. Take care. Do not catch a cold. We are all blessed with true parents' lineage and called to a precious mission. Taking care of our health is the first priority. Thank you.
Member recently sent a photo letting us know they're doing well. It's now been 10 months since they shared their testimony. All right, let's give a hand to
Oh Young Suk.
Ho Young Suk. You know, happiness does not come from your situation. It's independent from poverty or from health or all these things. Now, being healthy, it's important. It's not about you. Being healthy is for others, so you can be helpful to others and serve others. That's why it's important to take care of your health. But it's not required for happiness. And I think this lady, she lost that gratitude, and she lost. She at some point in her talk, she realized, wait, I raised 2 children who are more or less successful and doing well, and she forgot, that she's not perfect, but she's a good mother, and that's enough to be grateful for true parents. And it's and all of her health challenges and then doing this workshop, she was able to reconnect with God and again be motivated by love and the joy that other people are experiencing. Like when she can see other people's happiness, that's enough to be truly, your heart to be truly satisfied. And today was babysitting day, so I don't have a lot of work. I just watch Emika all day. I'll tell you, it's not easy for me. I'm used to being a big shot. I'll be honest. It's not, I'm just being there trying to keep my brain alive because it's just very mind-numbing work. Just making sure Emika doesn't hurt herself, and of course, I try to keep her entertained, take her outside, make sure she eats lunch, bring some cats. I bring the cats upstairs so she can chase them around. It's kind of fun to watch. It's kind of fun for me to watch too, actually. But when I just shut off my brain and if I just live in Emika's happiness, it's deeply satisfying, and I don't need anything really. Yeah. At the same time, sometimes the pendulum can swing, and then God's like, okay, you've had your rest. Now you got to go work again. You got to go back out and do big shot things again, not because I need it, but because God needs me to do those things. And it's the same with you. It's like, yeah, you can savor the peaceful times when you have it, because they may not last long, but when you have it, it's great. Like this lady, when you have health issues, it's a perfect time to just be like, you know what, God, I can't do a whole lot right now. I'm just gonna be sick for a little bit, and I'm just gonna just sing songs and just just be a participant for a little while. So do that. You do that. Then when you're ready, God's gonna be like, okay, can you help me? We got lots of people that need help, and that you can help. And Pastor Milhan's asking for more leadership, people helping other people. So but it does start with finding that gratitude, like this lady. We all have very tragic lives, right? Honestly, we do. And then you go through that period, you find your grace, you find your love, and then you serve again. Yeah. So that's my reflection. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Milhan. Do we have any announcements? I know you're going to have the Peace Starts With Me meeting on Saturday at the Harlem Center.
Oh, actually, I do have an announcement. I won't be able to join line dancing because we're going to Pennsylvania to meet up with my parents there this Sunday and Monday. So, but we'll be at church. We'll just be, I'll probably change and go straight, right when church is over. Just so you know.
Okay. Gosh, we're gonna miss line dancing.
What kind of dancing?
Line dancing? I don't know what it is exactly. I'd have to look it up. But Pastor Joy is initiating it.
I think it's similar to what a lot of people have at their weddings. Where a whole group of people dance together the same steps.
Oh,
I think that's what it is. I never learned how to do it myself, but a lot of people have it at their weddings.
She going to do that after the service?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
That should be fun.
How do you write that? How do you write it?
Line, L-I-N-E.
L-I-N-E. Oh, just like that. Oh, all right. I mean, I never heard any. Yeah,
Line dancing, yeah.
I never heard that.
Then I guess that's it. So let's get ready for our residence prayer with the Abaji Omani.
Countryman Residence Prayer, She Jog, Aboje,
Abaji.
Omone.
Let's pray.
Heavenly Father, thank you so much. Thank you.
Good evening, Heavenly Parent. Good evening, true parents. Heavenly Parent and true parents, we pray for these prayer points. Number 1, for the safety of true parents and the true family. Number 2, for victorious entrance into the channel stand one young. Number 3, to successfully witness to new people, especially young people, and for real church growth. Number 4, for the unification of North and South Korea and a heavenly unified Korea. Number 5, to overcome our crisis affecting our world, to realize a heavenly unified world. Prayer points in Manhattan Family Church based on national goals. 62 blessed couples in Korea, 23 second and third gen single couple, 84th gen single couple, 82nd gen and ready married couple, 23 unmarried married couple, including Minister assisting new members attending Korea raised 24,000 for the CWG donation. Heavenly Parent and true parents, we pray for brothers and sisters, we pray for our true mother, for good health, her energy, her strength, and this time we pray for true mother, long life, for good health, her energy, her strength, and Heavenly Parent, we pray for true fathers, spiritual looking over us, helping us, taking care of us. Heavenly Parent and true parents, we pray for parents, we pray for true parents. We pray for our true mother, grandmother,
United.
Joan Moore, husband and family. We pray, Heavenly Parent, and true parents, true mothers, grandmother, for her husband and family that is. We pray for her son and family that is. We pray for them and Heavenly Parent and true parents, we pray for them and her husband and family. We pray for
In America, we
Eugene
pray
and
for vertical alignment.
We pray for our brothers and sisters. We
Can
pray
you
for our
put everything
leaders.
centered upon you?
We pray for our leaders.
We can put meaning and purpose.
We pray for everything by Unico. We pray
First, Heavenly
for
Parent,
our leaders, Bishop.
we unite
We pray for our brothers and sisters.
We unite, Heavenly Parent, together, suffering on
We pray for Pastor.
suffering on the truth. Alignment.
We pray
보이지 않는 곳에서 늘 항상 날 위해 기도해 주시는 분 정성으로 날 품어주신 그분 오직 참 부모님 지친 내 몸과 영혼을 치유해 주시며 날 안아주시는 분 절망 속에는 헤맬 때 붙잡아 주신 그분 오직 참 부모님 감사해요 참 부모님의 그 크신 사랑 늘 섬겨요
Brothers and sisters, thank you so much for coming tonight. It was a really wonderful evening prayer vigil. If you'd like to continue to pray, please feel free to do so. Remember our true Father. God bless you. Have a wonderful night. Ciao, ciao.